Save our planet. Antarctica appears to have warmed in the past. On a recent expedition to the region, Professor Peter Barrett and other scientists collected core samples from over a kilometre beneath the Antarctic surface, which provided information about the frozen continent from up to 30 million years ago. The samples revealed materials such as pollen and algae, suggesting that Antarctica was once a warm and green land. Professor Barrett explained that the record of this warming process taking place millions of years ago indicates that it could happen again. Our appreciation, Professor Barrett and colleagues, for this revealing glimpse into our Earth's distant past. May we strive to restore her natural balance for the preservation of life as we presently know it on the planet.
Popularized Australian diet deemed harmful to the environment. A diet developed by Australian research organisation CSIRO, which has already been called unhealthy for its recommendation of high amounts of red meat, is now being said to harm the planet. A study published in Nutrition and Dietetics states that this red meat diet uses 15,000 more liters of water each week per person and creates 4.3 tons more greenhouse gas emissions per year. Study authors Susie Ferry of Sydney's Royal Prince Alfred Hospital and Jeff Russell, South Australian animal liberationist, say of the diet, it cannot be recommended as an environmentally responsible choice. Many thanks, Ms. Ferry and Mr. Russell, for this compelling reminder. We pray that more people turn toward meat-free options for both personal and planet-cooling health.
Estonia taxes emissions from farm cows. Farming has been found to be responsible for 25% of greenhouse gas emissions within Estonia. To more accurately reflect their environmental cost, the government is now requiring farmers with cows to pay a digestive gases tax for the estimated 350 litres of methane and 1,500 litres of carbon dioxide each cow releases into the atmosphere. Bravo, Estonia, for your pioneering efforts in taking into account the livestock effects of global warming. We pray that all your citizens replace meat and dairy products with the many environmentally friendly plant-based foods.
Spain assists development in 5 African countries. To boost agriculture as well as environmental endeavors, Spain is donating $90 million to Burkina Faso, Benin, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, and Niger. Spanish First Deputy Prime Minister Maria Teresa Fernandez de la Vega stated, "With this plan, Spain hopes to relaunch agriculture, fight desertification, and promote appropriate management of water resources." She further stated, "We are committed to helping these countries in their efforts to counter the effects of climate change on food security. We respectfully laud you, Spain, and God bless your dedication in offering these resources to our brothers and sisters in Africa. May your support help the warm-hearted African people build abundantly sustainable lives."
Narwhal population may be at risk from climate change. Recent research suggests that the mysterious Arctic whale may not be able to adapt well to global warming and could thus become endangered. The narwhal's very specific habitat and range of movement may put this gentle giant at risk of being even more affected by rapidly warming waters than the polar bear. Our sincere gratitude, researchers, for this alert to the potential endangerment of narwhals. Blessed be an eco-friendly world where our beloved animal co-inhabitants can continue to grace our planet with their magnificent uniqueness and beauty.
Australian government allocates funds for greener homes. Climate Change Minister Penny Wong announced that loans of up to approximately $9,500 will be provided to households throughout the country for water and energy-saving solutions in their homes. As part of this measure, experts will also visit the home and provide a sustainability assessment to help determine the best energy solutions. The Australian government continues to offer solar panel rebates as well for the households that qualify with incomes under $95,000. A big thank you, Australia, for providing these home greening opportunities to your citizens. May God grace your efforts to the halt of climate change with success.
Tanzania calls for bold measures against climate change. Meeting in Arusha for the International Year of Planet Earth for Africa, Tanzania's politicians and scientists expressed concern about the impacts of global warming. Environment Director in the Vice President's office, Eric Mugurusi, noted that Tanzania has already started feeling the impact of climate change, with scientists reporting the melting and loss of 80% of Mount Kilimanjaro's snowcap over the past 100 years alone. Further concern was expressed about flooding to the nation's coastal areas, as well as the islands of Zanzibar and Mafia. Esteemed Tanzanian dignitaries, we pray that your appeal will be heard. May people and governments around the world unite, leading our planet to a new era of understanding and harmony with the environment.
UN tree planting campaign grows to new heights. Inspired by Nobel Peace Laureate Wangari Maathai, the United Nations Environment Programme's, or UNEP's, tree planting goal has grown from 1 billion to 7 billion trees, one for each person on the planet. 2 billion trees have already been planted, with Ethiopia in the lead at 700 million. Scientists affirm that trees are one of the most cost-effective ways to absorb atmospheric CO2, one of the gases responsible for global warming. What wonderful news! We thank you, UNEP, all governments, organizations, and individuals for these noble tree planting efforts. May our planet soon flourish with the restoration of the Earth's verdant and life-sustaining forests.
Mexican company plans biofuel production from algae. Biofields has announced it will commence building an $850 million plant, which will capture carbon dioxide and hot water from a local electrical plant in Sonora, keeping the emissions from being released into the Sea of Cortez. Aquaculture techniques will then be used to grow algae, which also removes the CO2 and produces 30 times as much energy as average biofuels in production today. Thank you, Biofields, for your efforts in producing a sustainable fuel that benefits the environment. We wish you abundant green success.
G8 says environmental protection in industry a top priority. On Tuesday, a meeting of the labor ministers of the Group of 8 Nations in Nagata, Japan, focused on the need to promote green workplaces and to move each nation's workforce towards more environmentally friendly industries. In a joint statement, the G8 emphasized the necessity to retrain workers in heavy polluting industries with skill sets that can be applied to jobs which are green and use technology that is eco-wise. You have our praise and gratitude, G8 members, for your progressive initiatives to green the working environment. Blessed be your sustainable ideals in stabilizing our biosphere.
Norwegian wind power converted to hydrogen-stored energy. A test project run by Statoil Hydro on the windswept island of Utsira has successfully converted wind energy from 2 turbines into hydrogen, which is then used to supply power when the wind is not blowing. This creates a more complete solution since energy needs can still be met sustainably, even on windless days. We commend you, Statoil Hydro, for your innovative advances in wind and hydrogen technology. We look forward to seeing these green solutions available to the public soon.
Rapidly rising food prices are pushing 100 million people towards malnutrition. UNICEF has warned that in developing nations, every percentage point increase in food staple prices pushes another 16 million people into a state of food insecurity. UNICEF calculates 100 million people are already at risk of malnutrition. In the UK, a price comparison service, mysupermarket.co.uk, reports food prices in the nation have risen 19.1% in the past year. Our thanks, UNICEF, for this alert about the effects of food security destabilization. We pray for the proper nourishment and well-being of the world's people. President of the American Medical Association, Dr. Ronald Davis, encourages greener hospitals by using alternatives to harmful plastics as well as serving organic foods.
To assist with energy conservation efforts, the European Commission plans to promote the use of information and communication technologies, or ICT, that monitor and report on energy usage.
In the U.S., the demand for wind energy is growing rapidly, with the Energy Department reporting that 20% of the country's energy can come from wind power by the year 2030.